It's cold out there. Well, I got my chicken, so I guess we'll be heading home. Also picked up a little snack. Beef sticks. Yep, beef sticks. These are chipotle and cheddar, so they ought to be yummy. All right, we're gonna head home now. Okay. I got cold getting out there. It's 30 degrees here, which is warmer than home. But it was really cool though. So now we're gonna take a different road home. This is more rural. Most of it. And then I have to stop somewhere on the way home and pick up some more freezer bags, I think, because I don't have enough for 4 cases of leg quarters. I may just put 1 or 2 cases in the freezer just like they are. I don't know. I don't like to do it that way because then you have to thaw out the whole case just to get chicken apart. It doesn't matter so much. It doesn't hurt the chicken to refreeze it. It just may taste a little different, but my dogs, they don't care. They love it anyway. And you know, I've eaten it after I've thawed it and refroze it. I just thawed enough to get the pieces to come apart and then put it in freezer bags and put it back in the freezer. So they weren't really fully thawed. So I might do that. I'll just wait and see. I guess I'll stop at probably Dollar General and get some freezer bags. That's what I'll do. These things are yummy. Very yummy. Well, I'm probably not going to talk as much on the way home. Unless I think of something to say. Right now I'm just munching on these beef sticks. And I'll let you all enjoy the scenery. I don't know how much of it you want to watch, really, but it's pretty cool. I love watching driving videos when some of my favorite YouTubers do the videos when they're traveling in their RV or their ambulances or their school buses or whatever they happen to be in, and they do the driving videos that takes you along sort of on their trip. I love that, mainly because they're always in a nice sunny desert or on a beautiful beach or something, and you can see the sun shining, and I love that. That's what helps me get through these winters. So to all of you who I'm subscribed to, and you probably know who you are because I've messaged with some of you, thank you. You help get me through the doldrums of the dreary winters here in PA, and you give me inspiration. And now I'm gonna do this too, at least part-time for a while, and see how it goes in the winter time. We're gonna start out with the winters and see how that goes. So thank you to all of those who do the driving videos. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I know this one probably isn't as exciting as a beautiful sunny vacation type area video, but I guess I'm used to it, so to me it's just everyday stuff. I guess other folks who haven't been in this area may think this is very interesting, all watching. So I don't think I'm going to film this whole thing, because I don't think you want to just listen to me ramble for another hour while I'm driving back to my house. But I'll be back when we get up the road here a little ways and the scenery gets interesting again. Okay? All right. So we're on Pennsylvania Route 869, headed west, and we're about 6 miles east of Blue Knob State Park, and we'll go up by that here in a few miles. Right now we're in the valley, a lot of farmland here again. Very peaceful little area. I think it's very, very nice. That little creek over there looks really full. Looks like it's about ready to come over the banks. Well, we really haven't had that much melt off this year yet. But we have quite a bit of rain lately. So that may be why. So I'm not really gonna narrate a whole lot of this up through here. I'm just going to let the scenery show, unless I happen to have something I think of and want to tell you. I love coming through here. Look at that little creek. It's rolling right along. Going this route back to my house is a little longer, a little farther, but I like the scenery going this way. It's peaceful, not so much traffic. up the hill. I'll bet you that water off to the right is awfully cold. Gives me the shivers just thinking about it, how the bear and the deer and the elk and all of those animals go up through the creek to get something to drink. And I guess right now the bear are probably still hibernating, but that just yikes, that gives me the shivers. Isn't this pretty? I love the way it just winds around and just goes up through these hollers up through here and up over the mountain. There's a nice reservoir up at the top also. I'll show you when we get there. Those beef sticks sure were tasty. I might have to have another one of those. I should have had my lunch before I came over here. That always happens to me. Bob's Creek. There's Bob's Creek again. But we're quite a ways away from the other end of Bob's Creek that you saw earlier in the video. So, alright. We're getting closer and closer. But it looks like I'm driving really fast, but I'm not driving really fast. I'm only, right now, I think 40 miles per hour, 35. So, not really driving that fast. The video seems to make it look like I'm zooming along. And there's a little area down here. People come and have picnics, and there's a little ball field there on the left over here. Really cool little farm up here, and you can't really even see the whole thing because it sits down off the road off to the left here, and it sits down in a little valley, like, but it's so cool looking, the approach to it. And from what I can see as I get close to it, I think it's just probably really beautiful down in there. Starting to get into some more, you can see there's more snow on the ground here as we start going back up into the elevation. I probably shouldn't have bought those beef sticks. I'll eat all of them by the time I get home. They're really good. Drop something. Oh well, I'll figure it out later. There's a little area here for the Blue Knob State Park. Little picnic area and everything off to the left. So we're starting up into the state park area now. Got quite a bit of snow on on the ground still here. I thought maybe might see some deer, something up through here. But I guess this time of day they're probably not moving around too much. It's in the afternoon right now. It sure is pretty. Yeah, I think they have camping at the state park also. I'm not really sure about that. But if you want to look it up, you can look up Blue Knob State Park. Blue Knob State Park. I guess I got my tongue tied and couldn't see what I was saying. I see the sun's gonna peek out. There, so my battery died on the GoPro. And have to use my phone camera for this. That's the only thing, well, one of the things I don't like about the GoPro. I know it's, well, so much for that. I wanted to show you that farming area, which is actually sort of down there, but you can't really see it now because I messed up. Anyway, I guess I should find a place to pull over and fix my camera mount. Yep, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay. I'll be back in a few minutes once I fix this. Okay. I think I got it fixed now, the mount. Anyway, off to the right there. That's the reservoir I was talking about. I can't get in the parking lot because they didn't have it plowed out. But it's a really nice reservoir. Has a nice little parking area there and a little boat ramp. So anyway, as I was saying, when my mount fell, that one of the things I didn't like about the GoPro is the battery life. It's horrible. I probably didn't have 30 minutes of time on that total, and the battery died. This is my phone, and it actually makes pretty nice videos. It's one of those Galaxy, it's an S21 Ultra, and it has really good camera on it, I think, for the most part, for a phone. I don't know, what do you guys think? I like the part that I can do this little video in video without having to do it in my video editor on the computer. So I really like that part. So, well, anyway, so that's our little journey so far today. Right now, just coming into a little town called Beaverdale here in a minute. And we're still on Route 869. Sun's starting to pop out now. Alright, I'll be back in a few minutes when there's something cool to look at. we're going through this little town called Beaverdale. Yeah, everything's uphill and around a curve around here. The sun's starting to come out, really shine bright now. Now, wouldn't you know it, as soon as I said that, it kind of hid behind the cloud. But it's okay. I'm having a nice drive today. I hope you all are enjoying the scenery. I know it's nothing jaw-dropping, but I think some people may find it interesting. Let's see. There's a whole bunch of these tiny little towns like this around here. A whole lot of them. This will take us out through the country road a little ways and in through another town of St. Michael, where we'll go by one of the dams that broke during one of the Johnstown Floods. They have a park there and a memorial. I'm not going to go in there today, but it'd be interesting to go in there and see that. And one of these days I will go in there and take you all along and show it to you. I'll point it out when we go by. Back in a few. I don't know if you can hear on this video, but it's really, really windy out here today. I can hear it whipping around outside my van as I drive, and it's kind of blowing me all over the place. I guess that's why it was so chilly when I got out. Pretty high winds, but it is that time of year, and coming up toward March very soon, and that's a very windy time around here in this area, the month of March. But it's also a very happy and optimistic time because it means spring will be here very soon. So I can't wait for that. I don't know if you ever noticed or if I ever mentioned it, but I hate winter. Okay, I'll quit beating a dead horse. Not much to see down through here. So we are now coming into the little town of St. Michael. And it's just another little blip on the map. I guess it's bigger than some of the little blips on the map, but not by much. Seems to be a lot of traffic today. just about the extent of it. We have a little bit more of a area up here, and we'll go by a little park and where the flood memorial is. I can't talk today for some reason, but we'll be going by where the flood memorial is here in a minute. Just thinking about all this chicken I have to put away when I get home. I got 4 40-pound cases of leg quarters. So that's going to keep me busy for the rest of the day once I get home. At least this time of year, one thing I do like about this time of year is when I get my groceries or my food and I come home and I don't want to pack it up right away, I have a giant size refrigerator outside, and I don't have to worry about the food going bad if I don't get it in the house and into the fridge or freezer right away. So that is one good thing about wintertime, isn't it? Okay, right here on the right, the Johnstown Flood National Memorial, and I'm not going back in there now, but come spring, when the weather's warm and I can walk around outside without shivering, I will come and make a video about that. It's quite interesting. And for those of you who don't know about the Johnstown floods, we've had 3 major floods here. The first one was in 1889. It killed thousands of people. And the next one was in 1936. And then the last one was 1977. And this flood memorial that we will go visit in the spring that we just went by was the South Fork Dam, and it broke, and it was not good. So I don't think there's too many people that haven't heard about the Johnstown floods, but just in case you haven't, there's a brief synopsis of it. So we're leaving this little town now, and then we're gonna start back up over the hill, and I'll be back with you in a few minutes when I get to up at the top of what we call Beach Hill, going back down toward my home. And I'll show you the view from there, which I think is just the most amazing thing. Be back in a few. Okay, so I just came up the hill out of South Fork, and I'm headed back over to my side of the mountain now. At least that's what I call it. And probably be home in about 15 minutes now. I don't know. I never pay attention how long it takes me to get home. But I just love this drive, and it's so pretty. And the scenery is really nice. Well, once you get out of this area where there's a lot of houses. I mean, this is still nice here, but when we get up here, there's one place that just has the most gorgeous view, and it's like right at the very top. And I often think, wow, it would be really nice to sit on that guy's deck in the morning and have your coffee looking over all of that. And I'll point it out to you when we get up here to it. It's pretty neat. We're on the top of the ridge now, on one of the ridges. Still little spots of ice here and there along through here. It's okay. the view. Check this out when you top this hill. Look at this out over there. And then the house over here on the left, this house right here, the gray house, he has an amazing deck. Could you imagine sitting there having your coffee every morning and looking way out over the horizon and the mountains and the valley? It's just beautiful. I hope it shows up good on this video. I'm not sure how good my phone will be capturing that, but I think you can see out in the distance out there the mountains way across to the other side. Pretty neat, huh? A few years ago, they had, I think it was like over 600 acres up here, just a little ways up here. It was for sale on both sides of the road. And it started, you could go back in here. Part of it was here on this side. And that looks over the Johnstown Valley that way to the south. And then the other part of the property was on the right side of the road over here. And you'll see up here in a little ways. It just, there was such an expansive area that it covered. I don't want to try to move this phone too much because it'll probably fall again if I do that. But it's just amazing what it covered. And I used to say, that's my mountain. I used to daydream about buying all of this property up here, all these acres, and building my house right in the middle of it. That would have been kind of cool. But you know how dreams are. They keep us going, give us something to think about. And but I think, you know, everything happens for a reason. There's a reason things don't happen in your life. There's a reason things do happen in your life. And it just wasn't supposed to be. Because I don't want to live here in the wintertime when I'm old and can't do anything. That would be awful for me. So I think that's why it didn't happen. I think maybe I'm going to look at some property in the southwest. Possibly. Just in the thought stages of that. Nothing else right now. Okay, so now we're starting back down over the mountain. This is called Beach Hill, and we came up this way, if you remember, in the beginning of the video. Now you're going to get to see what it looks like going the other way. Ahead at the very top of that mountain in the very distance is where I live. Just a roundabout way to get to it. Wouldn't be very far if we could go as the way the birds fly. This is a pretty tight hairpin turn, especially coming back this way. There we go. Okay. I know one thing for sure, my puppies will be happy to see me. They hate it when I go and leave them home. They're not too bad though. Usually what I do is I tell them Mom has to go do some workies. And they know what that means. I tell them I'm going to do some workies and I'll go to work and I'll be back in a little while. Even though I'm really not going to work. I mean, I used to do that when I used to have a part-time job that I had, but I don't anymore. But they know what I mean when I tell them. And that way they don't get too upset. And they sit there and they're like, okay, Mom, we'll guard the place for you. All right. This always cracks me up. This tiny little dinky town at the bottom of the foot of the breast of the dam. Little town in Mineral Point, and it has a red light. And the only reason it has this red light here is because this tunnel that goes under the train tracks, it's not really a tunnel, it just goes underneath the tracks. It's very narrow. And I guess they used to have some crashes under there because not only is it a sharp turn here, it's very narrow going into the little tunnel area. You'll see in a minute, as soon as we get a green light to go. But so they put up a light on each side here, and they haven't had any accidents in here since then, I don't think, or at least if they have, not many. And what you see dead ahead, straight up there, is the breast of the Mineral Point Dam. And those houses right at the bottom there always freaked me out. My aunt and uncle, my dad's sister and her husband, when we were kids, they owned one of those houses right up in there. Man, it used to freak me out every time we'd go visit them because I was always nervous about that dam being there. But it's held all these years. So we're almost home now. And thank you very much for coming along on the ride with me today. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and subscribe. I've been putting out some videos regularly, and if you hit the notification bell when you subscribe, you'll get an email letting you know when I upload a video. So, and also, if you have any suggestions about stuff you might like to see, you can let me know. And if it's something that I can do, I'll do that and make a video about it. So I'm gonna end the video here because I think it's a pretty long video today. And really, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye for now.